Christoph Waltz is a hitman on the verge of being forced to retire, though has a bright spot waiting for him on the other side in the form of Lucy Liu's Anata in Old Guy. Waltz and Liu are certainly no strangers when it comes to the action genre, with the former having starred in everything from Daniel Craig's James Bond tenure as Blofeld to Robert Rodriguez's Alita, Battle Angel, while the latter found early success starring in the 2000s Charlie's Angels movies and following them up with everything from Kill Bill to Shazam! Fury of the Gods. In Old Guy, which hails from Con Air director Simon West, Waltz stars as Danny Dolinsky, an aging contract killer who is looking to make a comeback in the field after getting surgery to rid himself of his arthritis. However, before he's given the opportunity to prove himself, Danny finds himself saddled with training an on-the-rise prodigy with an unfortunate streak of killing bystanders on the job. Joined by Liu's club manager character, for whom he secretly carries a torch, on a mission to Northern Ireland, Danny will be pushed to his limits. Ahead of the movie's release, Screen Rant interviewed Lucy Liu and Christoph Waltz to discuss Old Guy. Waltz addressed the apparent similarities between his character in the film and that of Dr. Schultz in Django Unchained, and why he feels they are ultimately different in their motivations, while Liu broke down balancing the strength and vulnerability of her character, and her thoughts on a potential Elementary revival 6 years after the show ended. While Waltz has played a large range of characters throughout the years, there is something of an interesting parallel to be found between Old Guy's Danny Dolinsky and Django Unchained's Dr. Schultz, in that they both allow their moral compasses to guide them forward more so than their violent professions. When we pointed this out, the two-time Oscar winner humorously acknowledged that he never thought about that while filming, and while he does kind of like that, there is a different motivation driving Danny forward, though the movie may primarily put its spotlight on Danny and Cooper Hoffman's Wilborg. Old Guy offers plenty of screen time for Liu's Anta as she looked for potential escapes from the criminally connected club she manages and desires for a normal life. Even still, she displays just as much strength as she does vulnerability in the film, which Liu cited as her having the agility to adapt, though also praised Waltz as a scene partner for creating a very safe environment to capture said vulnerability. Looking beyond the film, Liu was asked her thoughts on the chances of an Elementary revival, particularly after the recent premiere of Watson, CBS' latest adaptation of the Sherlock Holmes world focused on Morris Chestnut's titular physician. After Holmes' death. After expressing her gratitude for our being a fan of the show, Liu admitted she felt like she doesn't know that would ever happen, particularly as the team really had closure on it, but she's excited to see Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's works continue to be adapted. About Old Guy. An aging hitman, Christoph Waltz, is forced to train a young prodigy, Cooper Hoffman, when his employer moves to replace the old guard. But when they learn they are being betrayed, the unlikely pair turns into a lethal team, with their double-crossing bosses in their sights. Lucy Liu also stars in this action-packed comedy from the director of Con Air and The Expendables 2.